Forgive the delay in making this video. It's in response to the fertility clinic bombing in Palm Springs. Um, so, first of all, and on the surface level, antinatalism is not the only movement with an extremist branch. You could think about the Free Palestine movement, you could think about Islam or Christianity, and they have extremist branches too. But it's not really an excuse for that bombing. I'm not, it doesn't make it okay that there was that bombing. It's just that on that level, antinatalism is not the only movement with an extremist branch. But digging a little bit deeper as well, it's not really a branch of antinatalism to kill people. It really isn't. Um, if you look at some of the central themes of antinatalism, it's against, you know, making decisions on people's lives without their consent. And murdering people is against consent by definition. Whereas, say, with Islam and Christianity, you could see direct connections between doctrine and violence against outgroups. The Quran, the Bible, they're littered with basically references to war, violence, murder, against people who are not in those groups. And it doesn't take a lot of imagination either for some of these verses. I mean, I kind of made this video on the fly, so I don't have any verses listed, but I mean, it's a commonly known fact. If you go to the Quran, for instance, you'll find tons of references to murdering and killing and conquering. And you can find it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't take imagination to figure out what these verses are saying. They're, for someone who wants to interpret them literally, it's quite easy. You think about ISIS, for instance, they take it quite literally. And it's all there in those books. With antinatalism, there's a bright red line between killing somebody and not giving birth to somebody. And once you cross that line, it's no longer antinatalism. It really isn't. So that's my video that's my video in response to the fertility clinic bombing. It was wrong. It was immoral, and it shouldn't have happened. And as David Benatar said, if Guy Bartkus had not been born, we wouldn't have had that tragedy to begin with. So that kind of sums it up. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Bye.